Medics Talk Show. So today's video will be a compilation of the interviews that I conducted on the newly graduated doctors who were recently inducted into the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. So this interview features how the obstacles, the challenges they faced in medical school, how they were able to overcome them, and also tips and tricks on how to scale through medical school. This interview shows you that it is very possible to be in school, to be in medical school, and also participate in other extracurricular activities. I mean, we have interviewees that were on the swim club, that were on taekwondo. We even have one that was the Senate president. So yeah, imagine juggling that and juggling school. So they did it, and if they can do it, you can certainly do it. So let's go. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So how does it feel to finally be done with medical school?
Feeling done with medical school, it's a great feat for me. I think it's huge. At the same time, I think it's a scam because the writing is just done on you. Like, I mean, once you are done, you're going to celebrate, but then you have to move on. You need to figure out what's next. So there's that part, there's that other part too. So it's like it's a mixed feeling.
Yeah.
But then at the moment, I'm quite excited.
So what would you say were the highlights of your stay in school?
Well, highlights of my stay in school.
It could be good, it could be bad.
Well, I've had so many experiences in vet school, but one very interesting one would be the clinics. It was clinical year for me was very, as much as I anticipated it, it was something I did not expect. But I just have to, mago. Yes, I know that I just have to finish well, you understand? So it wasn't like I expected, but then I just had to still push. So it came with so many rigorous activity that I didn't expect. I know that something like that will happen, but it was beyond my expectation. So I wasn't mentally prepared as such. But at the same time, I think one thing that kept me moving was company of friends I have, and it was it was not as burdensome as it should be if I didn't have this people.
Okay. So you were the former Senate president of AVMS. So how were you able to balance that and school?
It was a number of things. It was a number of things. As far I was at the time that I was the Senate president, I was the general secretary in my fellowship.
Oh, wow.
I was a vet medical student. I was a clinical student. I was doing projects. It was so many things jumbled together. And one thing that does works for me is I know that I cannot fail. Failure is not an excuse for me. Once I'm doing something, once I'm entitled to something, I give it my responsibility. It is my duty. So I try to balance things. I don't know. I cannot say how I did that, but I think it was the consciousness that I had those activities. I didn't mean I was not serious about one. I mean, I just had once I remember I'm a student, I go to study. I remember I'm a senator, I check out my schedule. I remember I'm general secretary, I have to check out that administrative duty. So it was just the consciousness of those things that keep me moving, and I know that I have to just function.
So what would you say you miss about veterinary school?
Oh God, my lecturers. I will so miss those people. I will miss my classmates. Those guys are wonderful, honestly. They are wonderful. And I think the journey so far, I'm not directly, but then I had influence in other constituencies. And I think I'm just going to miss the whole highlight of being in senior level, people looking up to you, people asking you questions, you trying not to fail, you trying, and there are so many eyes on you, but then you still have to be good. And I mean, that's that figure you have, that name you have made for yourself, but hold it. So I would definitely miss vet school in short. It's going to be there.
So what would you advise students still in school, medical school?
Well,
how would you advise them?
Please, hard work, please. Clearly, consistency as well. If you are consistent, it may be 1 hour. Just be consistent and put your mind to it. I think whatever you put your mind to, you won't forget. I mean, it is something that once you just create a space for it in your mind, other things run in place. You will definitely find time for it one way or another. You may not be able to explain it, but you have.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. So what would you say were the highlights of your education?
The highlights of the education? Well, technically, getting to clinics opened my mind a lot. I was dealing about in what's it called, preclinicals and clinicals, and after getting to the real deal, seeing how vet medicine is, because I felt most of the research work was only being focused onto in preclinicals and paraclinicals, but in the end, seeing how things came together and putting things in mind that okay, if you are going to be a proper vet, a practical vet, you have to go around everything all together. That's learning your anatomy, your biochemistry, your physiology, no matter how hard they can be. You have to get the rudiments, you have to get the basic plans so that you can be able to move forward. In the end, we found out that everything actually collaborated, and yes.
So, what would you miss about veterinary school?
Veterinary school, let me say my inability to work better with horses. That's the main thing I will miss. I've seen a few bits on research work. I've seen a few bits on little field practice, but having exposure to most of the large animal medicine itself, we had little or no time to it, so we were able to see most of it. But equine medicine itself, I was unable to get more. But I feel that whichever way it is going to be, we'll still be able to see more into it.
So you would like to specialize in equine medicine?
Not really specialization in equine medicine. If you are talking about specializing in one, okay, what if you get to wherever you are invited to and you're unable to answer the call itself? So my own advice to most people is that even if they are going to be focusing on, yes, large animal medicine, they should always remember that the other parts of veterinary medicine is there and they must be able to balance on it.
So congratulations, Dr. Funke, on your induction today. So
How are you? Congratulations.
So how does it feel to finally graduate from medical school?
It feels really great. Really, really great.
Okay, so what moments in school would you say were very momentous for you that you would never forget?
Good or bad?
Both.
Okay. Good. If you were good, I would say today.
Aw.
Good.
Okay.
Every other bad days, they were like every single time we had to write DVM part exams.
Oh yeah, I get.
They were very stressful exams for me.
Okay. So what piece of advice would you give for students still in school? Like how would you advise them academically, in other aspects of their lives?
If you ask me, I am a firm believer of balance.
Okay.
Rest when you should rest.
Okay.
Eat when you should eat.
Very important.
And read books.
Okay.
And then I prefer that you don't study alone.
Okay. Study groups.
Not necessarily study groups. Let people know what you are reading. I'm reading this. What do you think?
Okay.
Sometimes people tell you, I think this part is more interesting. This part is more clinically inclined. Take this part seriously. So it depends on how people, because you can't invest. I believe that especially with the DVM part exams, you can't be too sure about everything. Like I know what to read. I know how to, not necessarily because there's a difference between, as a DVM student, I know you don't understand that there's a difference between knowing something and being able to put it down in the examiner's
Definitely.
to the examiner's test rather. So it's very important that you do that.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations once again. Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Congratulations.
I didn't know I'll be graduating.
So now that you know, how does it feel
Thank you so much.
to
I
finally be
appreciate it.
done with medical school?
I feel free. As free as a bed.
Okay.
You know how it is in vet school now, man. You are very choked. Like you have a lot to do. But right now, I think it is time for me to go and do something apart from vet medicine. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say you've missed? You're going to miss in veterinary school? You can't tell me.
Actually, being a vet student for me means being a swimmer. So I'm going to miss swimming, number one, in UI.
Okay, are you going to miss anything related to
So vet medicine. I'll miss only my guys, my classmates. Maybe clinics. I probably will miss clinics.
Funny
Small
enough,
animal.
Most people have said clinics was like very tough for them. So how was it for you?
For me, actually, I enjoyed clinics. To be sincere, I mean, I was not very regular. You get, but those times that I attended, I made sure it was worth the presence. My presence. So I enjoyed it. Thyrogenology. That's I think my favorite department right now, and my best lecturer is from our department too, Professor Lee.
Wow.
So I'll miss him. I'll miss my supervisor,
So
Dr. Aziz.
what were your highlights in veterinary school?
Okay, vet school.
Both good and bad. Like,
Okay, very bad is that
why are you starting with very bad?
very bad is the stress, to be sincere. Like, I mean, very stressful. You know, for someone that does a whole lot of other things aside academics, you doing vet is very stressful. So that is bad. And then good part is that I learned a lot, to be sincere. Vet school, you can't go through vet school and not be impacted. It's not possible. Even if you, as I am, I know I'm very unserious. I mean, for an unserious person to be impacted, you know what that means, right? So definitely you will be impacted, and that's one thing I'm grateful for, because I learned a lot. Animal, wildlife, everything, bro. Thanks a lot.
So, what advice would you give to students currently in medical school?
One more. The advice is, if me I fit survive, they go survive.
Exactly.
I go if me survive, they go survive. Cause man, you know now, school 2, all these school 3, and then we still. So let them attend class. Let them do what they want to do apart from vet. They will still survive regardless. I mean, if they want to do other things, maybe business, sports, maybe press, anything they want to do, they can do it effectively and still cope as a vet student. Trust me. That is the advice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're not the one when it's said and done. It's okay, baby, nothing really lasts forever. For now, let's run towards the sun. Think it'd be better if you don't let me go. Oh, you make my heart beat faster when we get close. Just take my hand, baby, let's lose control. Even if it's a disaster, I gotta know.
Thank you for watching. If you learned a lot, please give us a thumbs up on this video, comment in this comment section below. Last but not the least, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this coming your way. Thank you once again for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.